A week has passed since Naruto ran from the Hidden Leaf. Thanks to training with Kurama and no longer having a seal to hold them both back, he had become a powerful ninja. Sitting in a rented room, Naruto sat at the kitchen table eating instant ramen. It was nothing like Ichiraku's ramen, back at the Hidden Leaf, but it would have to do. After cleaning up, Naruto got ready to go. Putting on his new brown sleeveless shirt and his tattered red cloak, he went to leave the room. As he went out the door, he grabbed his things and his red hilted katanas and walked out. He walked through the streets of the small village on the edge of the land of fire, and it was very peaceful. Children playing, women laughing, and men drinking. This was what he wanted people to be like in every village, kind and peaceful. Sadly, it was short-lived as he heard yelling. "There's that demon!" a man yelled. Naruto had expected to see Uchiha police behind him. They had finally caught up to him. After turning ready to fight, Naruto was knocked over. He gathered his thoughts so he could focus, and he then noticed what had hit him. A boy with short white hair and red eyes laid on the ground. It was the boy they were after. Men that looked to be drunk approached the boy. One placed his foot on the boy's head and slowly added pressure. The poor boy screamed in pain, but no one was helping him. "Mama," a girl said, "why are they hurting that boy?" "He's a monster, dear, not a boy," a mother told her daughter. "No need to feel bad for it." "Come on, demon," the man said. "Scream some more." "What the fuck is this?" Naruto asked, getting to his feet. The men chasing the young boy, who looked to be at least 7, looked at Naruto. They didn't know who he was, and they didn't care. "Piss off," one of them said. Naruto could smell the alcohol on him. If they were drunk, he could understand this little outburst, but no one wanted to help the poor boy, and they called him a demon. This wasn't going to go unpunished. One of the men went to kick the downed kid, but Naruto pushed through them and knocked him out cold. "Next person to try something is gonna get it," Naruto spat. "You wanna go, you demon lover?" another drunk man asked, putting his fists up. "I'll show you a demon," Naruto said, pulling out his katana, only enough for the man to see its shiny metal. Even though they were drunk, they understood. They grabbed their unconscious friend and ran off. Naruto turned to the white-haired boy who had tears in his red eyes. The kid didn't know if he should run or thank the stranger. The boy tried not to cry, but failed. As he began to cry, Naruto wrapped him in his arms and held him there for comfort. Naruto had always wanted someone to hold him like this, like a father or older brother, but he never got that chance. Naruto took off his red cloak and wrapped it around the boy. His crying began to slow to sniffles. Naruto looked at the poor kid and saw himself. He wasn't going to let this happen to this poor kid. He grabbed the boy's hand and led him to a nearby ramen stand. Everyone gave Naruto a mean glare, and Naruto returned one, only it was more of an "I'll kill you" glare than their pathetic "I hate you" glares. Naruto ordered 2 bowls of ramen, and thankfully the ramen guy here was like the one at the Hidden Leaf, and was very kind. "Here," Naruto said, handing the boy chopsticks. "Eat until you're full." Naruto watched the boy try to eat, but he noticed he couldn't use the chopsticks. He showed the boy how, and sure enough, he was able to use them. At first, he was afraid to eat the food, But after the first bite, the boy licked the bowl clean in a minute. "Where are your parents?" Naruto asked. "They're dead," the boy said. "I live with my grandparents, but..." Suddenly, a voice called out, "Hal, where the hell are you demon brat?" At the sound of the voices, the white-haired boy lowered his head and cowered in Naruto's cloak. It was clear that Hal was this young boy's name, and that voice that sounded like an old man's was his grandfather. "Hal!" the man said, seeing his grandson at the ramen shop. "Get your ass over here now!" As Hal went to his grandfather, Naruto stopped him. This man, the boy's own grandfather, would treat him like a demon. Naruto was not going to have any of this. "Who are you?" Naruto asked, holding onto Hal's shoulder. "I'm his grandfather." The old man spat like poison. "Now give me Hal, his grandmother needs him for chores." By the way Hal shook and how the man said chores, it wasn't a good thing. Naruto looked closer at Hal and saw a scar poking out of his shirt that looked to run down his back, almost like it was from a whip. It was beginning to make sense. He couldn't use chopsticks because he wasn't fed like a person. These chores must be slave work, and they would beat him for not working hard. He was a slave to them, not a grandson. "You're not laying a finger on this boy," Naruto said. "Boy!" the old man laughed. "He must not have shown you. Go on then, show him." Hal looked uneasy at the man's words and didn't do anything. The man shouted, "Show him!" And Hal did as he was told. He didn't pull down his pants, only opened the back to let something appear out of his worn-out jeans. It was what looked like a wolf's tail. "See, he's no boy," the man said. "He's a freak, a monster, a demon." The boy looked at the ground and cried. He didn't want to show Naruto his tail in fear he would hate him. But now he had shown him. Hal didn't want to look at Naruto, but he did, only to see not a look of hate, but of kindness. Then it turned to anger as he looked at Hal's grandfather. "You have no right to say such words to this kind boy," Naruto said, placing his hand on one of his two katanas. "Stay away from Hal, or I'll end you, old man." "Is that a threat?" the man asked. "No," Naruto said, his eyes turning red. "It's a promise." Hal's grandfather turned away in fear, shouting, "There's another demon in the village!" And Kurama laughed in Naruto's head. "Did you see his face when he saw your eyes change?" Kurama laughed. "He almost shit himself." "I saw," Naruto replied to Kurama in his head. "So," Kurama said, "I take it we're taking the boy." "We sure are," Naruto replied. "Come on, Hal," Naruto said, giving the boy a piggyback ride, which he never had before. "We need to go before that crazy old man comes back." Thank you," Hal said, his eyes beginning to close. "Big brother." Naruto stood still on the road. The little boy just called him Big Brother. Naruto wanted to jump with joy, but didn't because Hal was on his back, now fast asleep. "Hal Uzumaki," Naruto whispered. "You are my little brother, and the first member of the Whirlpool Village. Sleep tight, my little brother."